Hi everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and from today we are starting a very important series, and that is the English compulsory language paper UPSC CSE mains. We all know that in UPSC CSE we have two compulsory papers, two compulsory language papers. First is English and then second is regional language. And your preferential regional language you can say. So we are going to study English, we are going to understand the English compulsory language paper, and in this paper we are going to learn and understand the antonyms, synonyms, the idioms, etc. Okay, because these are part of grammar and our grammar should be strong. We should know the meaning of words, we should know the idioms, we should know the antonyms and synonyms, right? Opposites and जो हम पर्यायवाची जिसको हम कहते हैं, because 5 marks के जो question आते हैं काफी important होते हैं. These questions they come for 5 marks each. So that becomes very easy. Maximum marks is 300 and it's a qualifying paper, because if you qualify this paper, the compulsory language papers, then only your other papers, GS paper 1 to GS paper 4 and optional papers will be checked or tested. Or else if you do not qualify the compulsory language paper, then your other papers will not be opened up, they will not be tested or they will not be checked. Okay, so we are starting with the English compulsory language paper. Right, so the class PDF will be uploaded on our Telegram channel, and we are going to solve some most important questions only. We are not going to solve the comprehension because that is analytical. We are going to solve the questions which are grammatical or which involve idioms or phrases. Okay, so let's begin. शुरू करते हैं solving the English compulsory language paper. So I'll just read out the instructions. Okay, paper specific instructions. The answers must be written in English only. Then any page or portion of the page which is left blank in the question come answer booklet must be clearly struck off. If you are leaving any blank page, you have to strike it off, and all the questions have to be attempted. You will be given 3 hours, okay, to solve the entire paper, but we are solving the most important questions only. Okay, before that, here's a small announcement for all of you. Unacademy has launched the combo prices, right? They have revealed the combo prices of GS plus optional subscription. So if you take GS plus optional 1 year or more than 1 year subscription, either for prelims 2022 or prelims 2023, then you will be offered total 35% discount now. 10% discount you will be getting if you use this code ARPITA10, right? 10% discount is, sure you are going to get it, right? Guaranteed. But 25% additional discount if you take GS plus optional combo subscription. Okay, as you can see, the prices have been revised, they have been lowered down, so it's soon the prices will again increase. So before that, take your subscription today itself. फटाफट से आज ही subscription ले लो, इससे पहले कि prices वापस से बढ़े, right? So 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, this is as per your preparation strategy. You need to take the subscription if you want to take it, and the links are given below in the description box below the video. So you can directly click on the link and subscribe today. You can use code ARPITA10 to get 10% discount apart from this additional 25% discount. So we are going to solve 2019 and 2020's important questions. Okay, UPSC 2019. The question was, use the following idioms or phrases in sentences of your own to bring out their meaning clearly. So they have given you idioms. You have to frame sentences based on these idioms, but you do not have to change the form of the words. You just have to use these idioms in the sentence. But before you make sentences out of idioms, you should know their meaning, right? So make sure that you are noting it down. Make sure that you are maintaining a separate compulsory language paper register, right? A thin register you can make, and you can note down the idioms and their meanings. First is with a view to. With a view to means having the intention or purpose or desire of doing something in the future. Right, doing something right now for the future. That is the meaning of the idiom with a view to. Second idiom is go berserk. Go berserk means to become very crazy, very violent, to go out of hand. Cut adrift. Cut adrift means to be free, to be detached, to be separated, to be out of the angle, out of the line. At sea. At sea means deeply confused. When you are completely lost, you do not know what to do now. That is at sea. Ins and outs. Ins and outs means when you know everything about a particular topic or about something. When you know every fact about that particular thing, that is ins and outs. Right? Now let us frame sentences using these idioms. First is with a view to. With a view to means doing something with a purpose, with an intention. So sentence can be, they offered her a training course with a view to move her to upper management. Okay, or they offered Sushma a training course with a view to move her to the upper management. You are offering something, you are offering a training course to your employee with a view to further move her or him to upper level of management. Okay, or to increase his or her skill. So you are currently providing a training course with a view, with a future intention. Okay. Second, go berserk. Go berserk means completely go out of hand. The crowd was going berserk as the team scored with seconds to go. Or the crowd was going berserk as a case of mob lynching came up in the district. Okay. These kind of sentences you can form. Or the classroom went berserk when the students knew that the teacher was not coming. Okay. Then third is cut adrift. Cut adrift means freed. She had been cut adrift from everything she had known after the accident. Okay. These kind of sentences you can frame. Or Ramesh had been cut adrift from his family when he came to know that he was adopted. Okay. Then the next next idiom is at sea. At sea means when you are completely confused or lost. Even the judge was at sea listening to the unreasonable request from the plaintiff and his lawyers. Judge was confused. He was completely lost while listening to the unreasonable request coming from the lawyers. Okay. Then ins and outs. Ins and out means when you know everything about that particular topic or that particular thing. After just a week, I mastered the ins and outs of traveling on the New York subway. Right? So this is these sentences which you can frame. See how easy it is to frame sentences once you know the meaning of the idioms. Right? So that is why make a note of these idioms in your register with their meanings. Only then you will be in a position to frame sentences. Without knowing the meanings, you will be confused. You will go berserk in the examination hall. Right? Chalo. Now attempting the next question. Again, it has been taken from 2019's question paper. Choose the appropriate word to fill in the blanks. So they have given you two words. You have to choose the appropriate one to fill in the blanks. Okay. So let's fill the blanks. Now see, here also if you know the meaning of these words, only then you can fill the blanks. If you do not know the meanings, then again you will go berserk. Okay. So over here you will find, he remained dashed to his seat. He remained glued to his seat. Glued means to get stick to your seat or to get stick in a particular situation. Not that you are applying Fevicol and getting stick. No. Right? It's something is so interesting that you do not want to leave your chair or your seat. So he remained glued. Glowed means to produce light. This is not the appropriate word. Glued is the appropriate word. Second statement, you should wear dash garments in summer. See over here you will see lose means to become unable to find something. Right? Something is lost. That is lose. LOOSE lose means something which is not tight. कुछ ऐसा जो ढीला हो. Right? So you should wear loose garments in summer. Right? So this one is the appropriate word. Now he dashed before the boss. Coward means darpok, a person who has no courage. And coward means to move back or into a low position because of fear. Because of fear, you are taking a step back. So he cowered before the boss. Coward over here, it is an adjective. And here coward means verb. Okay. Then the player was crying dash. Foul means unfair, something which is not fair. And foul means a bird, especially a chicken. So the appropriate word is FOUL. Okay. Next is the chief was dash of the latest development. Apprised means when you inform someone. And appraised means when you are giving promotion or you are increasing the value or quality of something or somebody. So here the chief was apprised of the latest development. He was informed of the latest development. So this one is the correct word. Alright. So now you have scored full 5 marks. Chalo. Now solving the next question. Use the following words to make sentences that bring out their meaning clearly. Do not change the form of the words. Use the following words to make sentences. The words have been given. You have to make sentences. of these words. So you can make sentences only if you know the meaning, right? And how will you know the meaning? If you read the newspaper, because all these words are taken directly from the newspaper. Disdain. Disdain means the feeling that somebody or something is not good enough to be respected. Right? So what can be the sentence? Sentence क्या हो सकता है disdain का? We'll make a sentence out of disdain. Okay. So the sentence can be something which disdain means feeling that somebody or something is not good enough to be respected. So disdain, the sentence can be the criminals have huge disdain for the law. Right? So criminals, they do not respect the law. So criminals have huge disdain for the law. Okay. Next word is contagious. It is used for diseases. Okay. Generally. Okay. So something that you can get by touching somebody or something. That is contagious. So the sentence can be coronavirus proved highly contagious. Okay. Next word is stagger. Stagger means to walk with short steps as if you could fall at any moment. For example, you are ill, drunk or carrying something heavy. In that case, you stagger. The sentence can be, after Krishna was attacked, he managed to stagger to the telephone booth and call for help. Okay. Next word is insular. Insular means not interested in or able to accept new people or different ideas. So insular basically means when you are disinterested in what is happening outside your life. So my friend's insular attitude makes him very uninterested in what is going on outside of his own life. That can be one example. Another sentence can be, because the insular man had lived on a deserted island for several years, he was not very good at making conversation. Right? Coming on to the next word is didactic. Didactic means designed to teach people something, especially a moral lesson. Statement can be, sentence can be, the professor's lectures were designed to be didactic, but they only confused the students. Okay? Basically, didactic का मतलब क्या होता है? जब आप कोई चीज ऐसी बनाते हो जो morally किसी को कोई चीज समझाए, तो इसमें आप स्टेटमेंट बना सकते हो कि प्रोफेसर के लेक्चर डायडेक्टिक तरीके से डिजाइन तो किए गए थे, बट उन्होंने स्टूडेंट्स को कंफ्यूज ही किया. राइट? सो दिस कैन बी अ स्टेटमेंट. Clear? So these are the words which are taken from the Hindu editorials. ये जो words है ना, these are taken from the editorials of Hindu and Indian Express newspaper. That is why again and again it is focused that you need to study the newspapers, especially the editorial portions. Unacademy has launched Unacademy Civil Services Championship Program, which is India's largest scholarship test curated by top educators of India for UPSC CSE Prelims 2021. It is going to be launched on 13th June from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. It's a 2-hour scholarship test. You can enroll for free. You can attempt the test live and you stand a chance to win scholarships and prizes worth rupees 3 crore. If you score from top 1 to top 50 rank, then you are going to get guided by best CSE mentors, those people who themselves have cleared this exam and have a large amount of experience in this field. You also stand a chance to win MacBook, iPhone, AirPods and iPad once you score a rank in this ultimate scholarship program. The link is given below in the description box. Make sure that you subscribe today. So now let us solve some questions from UPSC CSE 2020's question paper. Now the question is, using the following idioms or phrases in sentence of your own to bring out their meaning clearly. You have to use these following idioms again to make sentences. First is cold comfort. Cold comfort means when you have limited sympathy for somebody or you provide limited encouragement. Second is end in smoke. End in smoke means something that has no positive result. Feather one's nest means when you look after your own selfish interest instead of looking after others' interest. Right? You are worried about your own selfish interest or your own gains. Next is incumbent upon. It means something which is necessary, like a duty for somebody. Laugh in one's sleeve. To be secretly happy when somebody else is in trouble. Right? That is laugh in one's sleeve. Now let's frame sentences. Cold comfort. Cold comfort means when you have very little sympathy or no sympathy for somebody. The farmers are crying out for help but are being offered cold comfort. They are being offered very little sympathy. Second statement, end in smoke. Our plan ended in smoke. That means something which has no positive result. Our plan was a failure. It ended in smoke. Third idiom is feather one's nest. When you look after your own interest. The director was supposed to distribute the money to various charities. Instead, he used it to feather his own nest. The money he did not distribute it for charity, but he used it for his own selfish interest. Okay. Incumbent upon. It is incumbent upon all employees to participate in the competition or in the rally. Incumbent upon means something which is necessary as a duty. Now the next word is laugh in one's sleeve. That is to be secretly happy when somebody else in trouble. So the mayor's critics were laughing up their sleeves when news of the scandal was first reported. Right, now you understood how to use laugh in one's sleeve. Mayor's critics were laughing up their sleeves when they knew about the scandal against the mayor. Alright. So this is how you are going to use these words. Now the next question, use the following words to make sentences that bring out their meaning clearly. So the words have been given, you have to frame them into sentences. First is altruist. Altruist means a person who cares about others and helps them despite not gaining anything by doing this. A selfless person. Or you can say an unselfish person. So over here, how can you make a sentence? Animals can have more altruistic behavior than humans. Okay? Or he seemed driven by purely altruistic reasons to organize a week-long charity for blind people. Second word is senility. Senility means the quality or state of being senile. That is, especially in the old age, right, when the physical and mental, you can say, functioning declines in people, that is senility. Okay. Now let's make a sentence of senility. The old man was showing unmistakable signs of senility. Okay, that can be the sentence. Or he is yet in green vigorous senility. Or they will look sharp for signs of senility and increasing pain, right, in a patient. Now the next important word, it is glib. Glib means, it means using words in a way that is clever and quick. Okay, बहुत चतुराई से या फुर्ती से अपनी बात को कहना. So glib का हो जाएगा, sentence can be the spokesman's answer was just too glib, or he's a glib self-centered man. That is how you can use the sentence glib. Now the fourth word is ostensible. It means seeming or stated to be real or true, but not necessarily real or true. Something which seems like it's true, but not necessarily it can be true. That is ostensible. Let us understand the sentence. Their ostensible goal was to clean up government corruption, but their real aim was to unseat the government. Or the ostensible reason for his absence was illness, but everyone knew he had gone to a football match. Okay, that can be ostensible. Now the fifth word is tortuous. Tortuous means bends or turns. So let us understand how we can use the word tortuous in the sentence. Sentence में हम tortuous word को कैसे use कर सकते हैं ये समझते हैं अब. He took a tortuous route through back streets, or they walked through the tortuous streets of the old city. Right? These can be the sentences when you use the word tortuous. यहाँ पर tortuous का मतलब torture नहीं होता है, इसका मतलब होता है repeated twist या turns या bends आना. The play had some tortuous moments that you can use as a sentence as well. So this is how you need to solve the questions, attempt the questions. I hope you enjoyed solving these questions. They were easy enough. If you read the newspaper, you will come across these words, and make sure that you write them down and make a note of it and frame sentences. That's how you prepare yourself for the compulsory language paper. This was all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead. Do let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this session.